Zombie apocalypse.
What kind of devil are you, huh? What kind of jinn are you? And your Lord's who? Who's your Lord?
Iblis.
That's your sign, huh?
You will be misled when the Messiah arrives. He has many slaves on earth. Many working round the clock.
It's definitely not a joke, man. It's a lot of real stuff going on out here in this world. Secret societies are real. It's definitely very obvious, that they're at work in the music industry, in the food industry, politics. Everywhere you turn is everywhere. You just got to read the signs. You know what I mean? The writing on the wall, basically, is all in front of your face.
What slaves?
Jay-Z.
What kind of devil are you, huh? What kind of jinn are you?
I am not a jinn, don't be fooled.
So what are you then?
I am from amongst the shaitan. I am Iblis's slave. I am from his ranks and his soldiers.
Yes, I know some people personally. I won't mention their name, and we asked a lot of guide them to Islam. It's a very famous rap group that sold maybe 30-40 million records worldwide. They used to actually be engagement and talking to devils, jinns, and worshiping the shaitan. And they told me stories how they used to be aided by the shayateen, and they was aided by the jinns and aided by the devils. So you have this in the music industry.
From his soldiers, huh? And your Lord's who? Who's your Lord?
Iblis.
He can't do nothing for you.
I take his orders.
You're a slave to something created.
So are you.
I know. I'm a slave to Allah, who's not created. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not created. I'm a slave to Allah only. You're a slave to a Lucifer, to a shaitan. That's who you're a slave to.
Lucifer is my Lord.
And what about that Messiah that you're talking about, huh?
He is my prophet. He is my prophet. When he comes, he will misguide. And it's not long. It's not long. He has many slaves on earth. Many working round the clock.
Blessed Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam declared, every prophet warned his people about the Antichrist, about Dajjal, the false Messiah.
What slaves?
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z. That's one of Dajjal's slaves, huh?
Oh, he's a big soldier of ours.
Who else?
They are all being trained.
So the music industry.
They all are hypnosis. Hypnotize you all. Hypnotize you all, you. Till you get lost. Till you leave your Lord and come to ours.
So that's your role. To make us leave Allah and come to you.
My Messiah will come and show you all. The one-eyed one. The one-eyed one.
Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, because he was the last of the prophets of Allah to come, he gave descriptions of Dajjal which were so precise, it is as if we could see him before us, because there was none to come after him. So he had to leave us with a clarity which none of the prophets before were required to do, or if they did, their messages became so garbled after their times that we can't find this kind of clarity in any of the existing scriptures. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ used to refer to him as al-a'war, one who is blind in one eye. And he described in more detail that his right eye would be like a floating grape, shaking in his head, not in a fixed position. That will be his blind eye. His left eye will also be defective. It will have a thick film, opaque, like that of a fingernail, and it will be green in color, like green glass, and it will be bulging. This is how the Prophet ﷺ described the left eye, the eye which could see of Dajjal.
Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whether you believe in him or whether you don't, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will gather you, and every single thing that you worship,
We are ready for the battle.
you're ready for a battle. How? How are you going to battle Allah? Huh? You're ready to battle with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
We have an army ready and waiting.
For Allah, the one who created everything, the one who created the universe, the one who created every single created.
Created and we destruct.
Do you know that He's the Lord of the worlds? You know that, right?
I have my own Lord.
But deep down you know that, but you choose not to worship Him.
I have my own
You know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala,
Satan.
you know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is your Lord, right? Right or wrong? Be honest. Be honest. Be honest. Satan can't do nothing for you. Satan can't do nothing for you.
Satan.
What's he doing for you right now? Can he help you?
You do for me.
I
Nothing.
can send you a message that if you believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you will enter paradise. But if you don't believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you don't worship Allah,
The pits of hell. I have a palace waiting for me there.
in the hellfire, a palace in the hellfire. Doesn't that sound silly? Don't you sound stupid? You've been deceived, misled to believe something you're not.
The animosity that the shaitan has for mankind goes back to the creation of Adam alayhi salam. And actually even before that. We know that before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created mankind, the jinn were already in existence. The jinn were created before mankind. And when the jinn were created, their existence, and scholars say it was like a very long time before, perhaps even thousands of years before the creation of mankind, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the jinn. And amongst the jinn, there was one particular jinn who was very, very pious. And his piety reached such a high level that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raised him up to come live with the angels and worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with the angels. And our belief as Muslims is that the shaitan, that the devil, that Satan, that Iblis wasn't an angel. This comes from Christian theology. Our belief, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, kana min al-jinn, he was one of the jinn. Iblis was from the jinn. So Allah raised this one jinn, Iblis, the shaitan, to come live with the angels. And now for thousands upon thousands and thousands of years, Iblis worships Allah and is considered amongst the most pious amongst all of the jinn. And he remained like that for a very long time. Until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the body of Adam alayhi salam. And we know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took clay from different parts of the earth and created the body of Adam alayhi salam. But initially, life was not blown into the body of Adam alayhi salam. So it was just the body. And Iblis now, he witnesses this. He sees that Allah has created this new creation. And actually even the angels, they remarked. They said, أَتَجْعَلُ فِيهَا مَنْ يُفْسِدُ فِيهَا وَيَسْفِكُ الدِّمَاءِ. They said to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Surah Al-Baqarah, they say, will you place therein, meaning upon earth, a creation that will cause corruption and spill blood? And now Iblis looks upon Adam, and he's starting to wonder now, why? Why would Allah create this other creation? For thousands of years, Iblis looks at himself as the best. How? In his mind, he thinks to himself, there are two main creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There are the angels and there's the jinn. He thinks to himself, as for the angels, there's no comparison between me and them because they don't have free will. So whatever goodness they do, that's how Allah created them. So there's no comparison between me and the angels. Then there's me and the jinn. And amongst the jinn, I'm the best. In other words, I'm the best of the best. Right? And now Iblis begins to think, what if he turns out to be better than me? And so now he's looking at Adam, and some narration of the Prophet mentioned that he starts to go around Adam alayhi salam, like he goes around and around, he goes through him, and he's constantly like observing him. And so Iblis actually becomes obsessed with Adam alayhi salam. He cannot deal with the fact that his title may be taken. And this festers for a while, these feelings of jealousy and envy. And actually the proper way of describing this is actually hasad. The concept of hasad in Islam is when you see something that someone else has, and not only do you want it for yourself, you want that person to not have it. And that is what is truly dangerous, and that is what Iblis was.
Zombie apocalypse.